Bruce Lee once said that in a day out of 10, 9 problems comes on us due to laziness and procrastination. But why? You know the scene. You sit down to study or to work, and then a notification pops up. You grab your phone, just for a second, and you start scrolling. You scroll until the day is gone. Then you're filled with regret, and you promise yourself you'll do it all tomorrow. But why do we do this? Why do we put off what we know it will make our lives better? So in this video, we're going to unpack the 5 major steps if we hold that it can lead us to avoid procrastination. The first step to conquering procrastination is simple yet powerful. Grab a notebook and a pen. Now ask yourself with real honesty, why am I really procrastinating? Think deeply. Is it fear of failure? Feeling overwhelmed? A lack of motivation? Be completely transparent with yourself. No excuses. Once you uncover the root cause, write it down. Just by understanding your why, you've already solved 50% of the problem. Remember, self-awareness is your superpower. The second step is mind your daily small works. You know that when you wake up in the morning, your first instinct is to pick up the phone and check for notifications. Instead of drinking water, making your bed, or writing that one email, you skip it. Why? Because your brain whispers it's too small to matter. And this is where procrastination wins its first battle. Science proves it. When we dismiss tiny tasks, our brain tags them as unimportant. And suddenly, everything feels optional, which becomes our identity, and we really start procrastination. If you start avoiding small things, it becomes a habit, and this habit grows. Soon, you will start avoiding the big things, the important work. As James Clear said, small choices become behaviors. Behaviors become identity. The solution? Attack the small tasks with discipline. If you start here, you truly beat procrastination at its core. You become more likely to achieve great things with discipline. The third step is, don't wait for perfect moment. A philosopher once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Think about that. We don't lack time. We waste it by waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Why? Because starting something new feels scary. We expect too much and want to achieve it immediately. We think, I need to prepare more, or I'll do better if I wait. But the longer you wait, the more your brain convinces you that you have all the time in the world. And that's a dangerous illusion. Studies show that people who start tasks immediately, even imperfectly, are far more likely to succeed than those who wait for the right time. Action creates momentum. Waiting creates doubt. So just start. The fourth step is design your environment. Have you ever noticed how big a shark grows in the ocean? And how a shark in a small tank or park pond never reaches that size? Why? Because the environment matters. In school, you study with focus. At home, you can't study with the same attention. Why? Because at home, you have distractions. If you're working, studying, and sleeping in one room, you will not perform well. Our brains are built for response, not resistance. If you're studying, you need to remove all distractions. Having your phone right in front of you raises your dopamine. Your mind waits for the next notification. If you have just one room, divide it into different zones. In this corner, I study. In this one, I work. And in the bed, I sleep. Or do your work at a library or coffee shop where you feel focused. Start doing this. It will be difficult at first, but small changes create big results. Soon, you will become accustomed to it. The last step is divide your work in small tasks. You have a big goal. Write a book, get fit, start a business. But the moment you think about the whole journey, your brain panics. It's wired to resist pain and seek pleasure. A huge task feels like pain, but a tiny task? That's an easy win. And once you start, your brain gets a hit of dopamine that I did it, and suddenly continuing feels possible. The secret to getting ahead is getting started.